Okay, we're live. I'm going to do a live news life update with Steph's Rock Show. Have you guys seen the clip of Bill O'Reilly? And he's like, F it, we'll do it live. But he really says it. If you haven't, that clip, and it replays in my head over and over and over. The huge news that's a little fishy, no pun intended. Billionaire Mike Lynch dies. His unsinkable, like Titanic yacht, 184-foot yacht, sinks because of a water tornado. There's a new fear unlocked for me that a water tornado is coming from the sky. How often does this happen? I'm going to have to research this. And it sunk this unsinkable ship built by an Italian guy. But get this correlation. So this guy's just not a random billionaire, this Mike Lynch. He had just won this huge lawsuit in San Francisco against HP, against Hewitt Packard. They were alleging that he inflated the price of the item that was sold, the company that was sold to HP. So they're upset. He gets acquitted of any wrongdoing in this lawsuit against HP. Days prior to Mike Lynch suddenly getting killed in this tragic water tornado yacht accident, his co-defendant that was in the lawsuit against him as well, Cambridge, gets struck and hit by a car while jogging and dies. So both of the guys going against a huge multi-million-dollar company get killed in freak accidents of a car accident and a yacht sinking. Now, I can't wait to hear from the survivors of the yacht incident, because there was chefs and assistants, and the wife, survived and is injured. And my heart goes out to everyone and their family. But this story isn't adding up for me. You're going to tell me that this just all happened randomly? I'm supposed to be like, oh, the two guys that just won a lawsuit died, both of them within days of each other? I mean, I got to stop. This is allegedly all this. I don't want to get too into it because I don't want to be off. But that story is one of those like sketchy. Okay, we're going to move on. Oh, there's a new Lacey Peterson documentary. If you guys know me, I worked in morning radio in Modesto. So, of course, the Scott Peterson, Lacey Peterson story has always fascinated me. It all intrigues me. I have an email out to Scott Peterson. I would love him virtually on the show. I would love to go to Ione to the jail and sit down with him. Oh, that'd be a dream come true. He's got a man bun now, by the way. But obviously, it's putting Scott in a bad light. There was a documentary prior done by Scott's family that put him in a better light and said we need to investigate the break-in across the street during her disappearance. But anyway, the whole point of this too was, does anybody get sleepy, like relax when you watch a murder documentary or any kind of Dateline scary thing? It really just gets me all cozy, and I want to take a nap. Like I took a nap today. You guys, so a common theme, moving on to medication in America, I've been hanging out in a lot of groups, or, I work in a bar. And so I talk to a lot of people, and everyone is medicated. Why is everybody medicated? And I feel like I'm missing out. I have FOMO, fear of missing out. I've never been medicated ever on anything. I'm not even birth control. I'm just a hippie child with no shoes in the grass, unmedicated, raw dog in life, dude. Raw dog, no medication. And at my age, everyone's on meds. They've either been on meds, they're currently on meds, they're on like anti-anxiety, antidepressant. What is wrong? And I probably should be on meds. That's what's wrong with me. But beside the point, what is wrong with America and American lifestyle that the majority of us hit 30 and up and we're on medication? What is going on? We're not dogs and fireworks are coming and we just need to be medicated and hide a pill in a hot dog. Why are we all medicated? And I don't know. It's crossing. Like, I feel like I'm missing out. Can you guys hit up the hotline? Let me know. It's in the bio if you're on Spotify, YouTube, or Instagram. Am I missing out? Should I be medicated? Like, is it this cool party that I didn't get invited to? Am I too late to the game where I've just like been raw dogging life so hard with alcohol and hot dudes that it's like, well, who needs pills? I don't know. Let me know. Hit up the hotline. Okay. Did you guys see the DNC? We had a Republican convention, the Democrat convention. They're turning into parties now. I almost feel like it's who has the best concert. Like, the RNC had Kid Rock, the DNC had Little John. I thought Little John turned down for what was like, "We're gonna take ecstasy and hit the club. Let's hear Little John turn down for what." I didn't think it would be a Democratic convention song. And, I like the way the media just reports very differently on both conventions, very differently. But I'm down to go to a convention if it's like this every year. It's just a party. It's just a concert, with like celebs getting up and being like, "I have a lot of money. You should help out poor people." It looked fun. It looked like a good time. What's next? Oh yeah, RFK endorsed Trump. I'm pretty shocked. And a lot of my independent media, independent podcasters really were pulling for RFK and didn't want a mainstream candidate. So I'm intrigued. Are people going to jump on board then with Trump, or are they going to just wipe their hands clean and say, "I'm staying out of this"? I think he will help some swing states, though. So I like the guy. I like RFK a lot, but it's like there's a frog in his throat and it's trapped. And I want to cut open his throat and get the frog out because, like, his voice kind of annoys me. Like, I can't, I don't, sorry if something serious happened. I haven't detailedly looked into him, but it's too raspy, and normally I like a raspy voice. It can be sexy, but it's like it hurts him to talk. Like, I want him to sit down and drink some tea with some honey in it and take a break from talking. Oh, my next bullet point, which is ridiculous, and speaking of elections, is groceries are too damn high. That's my point. That's it. There's not more. No, but really, like, I'm making good money and I have no money to have fun and play with anymore. It all goes to groceries. Like, it's all food. And I try to be good. Sometimes I do go to the fancy market though, because I feel, does anyone just like feel safer and like cool and sexy when you go to the nice market? I can't do like Costco's and Walmart's. I get like overwhelmed and it feels icky. Like my food is icky. Does that happen to anyone else or is that just me? Tell me that happens to someone else. Okay, monkeypox. Are you guys afraid of monkeypox? From food to monkeypox? I'm not. And I'll be real, like millennials, I don't think we're afraid of anything. We got chicken pox. There was no vaccine when we were growing up. I had sores all over and got chicken pox and it hurt. And I scratched one on my forehead and I always have a dot. We've had, 9/11 in school. We had to pause and watch a couple towers blow up. We've had the Iraq war. We've had so many wars since then. And now we've had COVID. I think us millennials and Gen Zs are just like, okay, uh, monkeypox, righteous. That's next. I am not worried. It intrigues me when some fellow podcasters we're freaking out. Be careful, and it's like, if it gets me, it's my time to go, man. It's my time to go. I don't stress over a lot of things. Really anything. Is that bad? Should I be stressing out? Maybe I should get medicated and I'll stress out more, and then I can, like, be in the rat race of America, and I'm like, "I better get a high-paying job and make a lot of money to spend things on stuff that I don't need." I don't know. Thanks for being live with me, though, in case anything makes sense or doesn't. Yeah, I love you guys. We'll do it live, Bill O'Reilly. Okay, what is next? Oh, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A wants to do a streaming service, which I'm kind of surprised. Like, I know they sell really good food and I want to eat their food, but now I'm going to get a Chick-fil-A sandwich and come home and turn on the Chick-fil-A streaming service. Are we just saying we have enough money now that we want to put our hands in everything and own a little bit of everything and that's the thing to do? I don't know. I wish I had that much money where I was like, I'm just going to start my own streaming service after I made everyone eat my chicken. So we'll see if it pans out and it happens. I mean, kudos to Chick-fil-A. And then is like McDonald's going to have a streaming service and Burger King and Carl's Jr. and we're all competing. And it's like, let's go get this fast food and then go home and watch the streaming service. I don't know. Okay, music news, which I used to do more music news on the radio, but we can all relate to doing dumb shit. Sid Wilson of Slipknot got burned really badly. He'll be back in Rocklahoma in a couple of weeks, but he had to go to the hospital. He was doing a burn pile and he was having fun. And his baby mama, Kelly Osbourne, actually did a post kind of playfully teasing him. And I do think it's ironic that your dad is Ozzy Osbourne and you happen to fall in love with a guy that gets too close to a burn pile and gets burned. You really do like the bad boys. We really do go after our dads. there definitely is a correlation. And so he's gonna be fine though. He'll be back on with Slipknot. So I wouldn't worry. Oh, Reba of Code Orange is getting heat. And I don't like it. It's for the record, I don't like it at all. So she is taking a break from Code Orange. I don't think she's permanently leaving, and she's signed on with Marilyn Manson. I think Manson, if it was him or his PR team, it was a great idea to get a female in the band because there's a lot of female allegations against him. And she's getting a lot of heat though from other females for playing with Marilyn Manson. Um, these are my thoughts. I know I got heat on TikTok doing a comment, so gotta watch out doing those comments, but it's not like I haven't gotten heat a million times before. Um, I have been in a lot of backstage areas and media areas for 20 years. These girls beg to get on the tour bus. They are sneaking through areas and security guards, or they have been picked out and selected. They go then on the tour bus, and what do you think's gonna happen, girls? What do you think's gonna happen when you get invited on a tour bus after hours with a musician? And then they later claim sexual assault, and I'm not saying I don't wanna those that have been assaulted, my heart goes out to you, I'm sorry. But some of these women have put themselves in compromising positions and very dangerous positions and then claimed unwanted sexual behavior happened. I don't know about you, but I'm not meeting a man anywhere alone. Hotel, backstage, tour bus, unless I'm like, I want to date him. I want this to go further. I think that'd be cool. So I don't know. And I have some Black Veil Brides and Manson hands in a lot of these allegations. And I actually really appreciate both of these guys that have been thrown under the bus. And I guess it's hard for me as someone that has been friends with someone that has been accused of things that didn't happen allegedly. It breaks my heart that they're put into a bad light or kicked out of a band when I think they're a good person. But there's usually two sides to every story, but don't believe everything that you hear. It could be a mad fan or a fan that wanted to settle down with a rocker and they said no. So just don't jump to conclusions and hate some rocker because a fan got on a bus and was shocked that some things went down. I don't know. I just think that's kind of weird. Oh, okay. What I want to suggest if you're bored and you're home, besides Netflix, because I love those dating shows and Love After Lockup. If you guys don't watch Love After Lockup, I've had some guests on the podcast, which think this is a new podcast. This is cool. I think we're gonna go on 5 months pretty soon. Soft white underbelly. If you want to feel good about your life and like you're successful and you're doing good, soft white underbelly and Vice documentaries. I'm so into like either drugs, like how they're made and how they're distributed, or ancient Greek history, like Joe Rogan's, deep dive into history and geology and rock formation. Like there's these things that I'm like, I don't know how I go down the rabbit hole, but like homeless people, drugs, and history. Those are the documentaries that I'm gonna find and be all about. Okay, so the email is into Scott Peterson, Scott's camp. I want him to come by. I promise to be nice. You guys saw me with Ed from 90 Day Fiance. Everyone's like, roast him, roast him. I was the nicest person. So everyone try to be nice, try to be kind. But thanks for going live with me and doing the podcast today. I hope everyone has a great Saturday. I'm headed downtown to play. So who's ready?